What's good, YouTube? It's Chris, Abon ABB, and I'm gonna. This video is mainly about the NFL and why am I leaving it. Um, I wanted to make it clear, crystal clear, that you know, I just wanted to give y'all a little bit insight of why am I leaving the NFL. Reason number one is because the lack of quarterbacks. When you think of a quarterback, you think of Joe Montana, you think Steve Young, you think Terry Bradshaw, you think Eli Manning, you think Peyton Manning, you think Drew Brees, you think Big Ben, you think Peyton Manning, you think Tom Brady, you think Andrew Luck. Those days are over. The pocket passing quarterbacks are over. The stationary quarterbacks are over. Now in the NFL, you're going to have four wide receiver sets. You're going to have one tight end or probably two tight ends. You're not going to have a fullback unless you play that old school type of, offense like the 49ers. I think the 49ers are the only team in the NFL that has a fullback, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, yeah, you're not gonna see you know quarterbacks like that no more. You're gonna see a lot of scrambling quarterbacks. You're gonna see a lot of mobile quarterbacks. That's the way the NFL. That's the way the NFL is heading. I wouldn't be shocked if Drew Brees does retire, and I wouldn't be shocked if Big Ben comes back from his injury. Probably play fairly well, probably like 27 touchdowns to 17 interceptions. Play well, throw over 300 yards, 3,000 yards, just to say. And don't make it to the playoffs. And obviously, he's probably going to retire. Probably going to retire too. Because let's face it, we all love to see Peyton Manning. We all love to see, Eli Manning, right? Every Sunday, every Monday, every Thursday. But that's the point. Those days are over. And that's gonna drop ratings too. It may affect the ratings, it may not. I don't know. You know? But I think that's the direction the NFL is heading. They don't want stationary quarterbacks no more. They don't want pocket passers no more. They want mobile quarterbacks. They want Jimmy Garoppolo's. I think the Jim. I think Jimmy Garoppolo's the only pocket passer left in the NFL because he's not gonna run. You know, him coming off that ACL injury, he's not gonna run. He's probably gonna beat you with his arm. So yeah, I think that's the reason why. That's that's one of the reasons why. I still got three more. I only got three reasons why. That's the first one. The second one is lack of running back production. If you look at the NFL through 2000 through 2009, there was some pretty good running backs. You had Chris Johnson, you had Maurice Jones-Drew, you had AP, you had Brandon Jacobs and Ahmad Bradshaw and Derek Ward. You had a plethora from running backs. You had for the Falcons, you had Michael Turner. For the Rams, you had Steven Jackson. You just had too many good running backs. Even bad teams back then had better running backs. I mean, I mean, I'm not gonna say this crop of running backs don't have this year. I mean, what am I saying? I'm not saying that this era of the NFL don't have running backs, but they don't necessarily, like you don't necessarily, fear them. Like every time my Giants used to go up against the Vikings, I would fear of AP because I already know what AP was going to bring: physical, nastiness, and toughness. You know what I'm saying? But when I go up against a Todd Gurley, like I don't really fear Todd Gurley. Like he's explosive, but I don't really fear him. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't really fear Saquon Barkley. I don't really fear Ezekiel Elliott. I don't really fear most Muster. I don't really fear Christian McCaffrey. You know what I'm saying? I don't really fear who else is a good running back. I don't know. Those are just the running backs I can think of the top of my head. I think the running back production is lacking, even though it's gotten better over the years. You know, so I think the running backs are gonna probably take a step back. Because of the receivers. Because the running backs they don't really need anybody. They're kind of like boxers. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't really need nobody. They just need you to hand the ball off, and they just need and they just need their offensive line, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I give running backs more more trying to think of the word, more respect than I do the wide receivers. You know what I'm saying? Because the wide receivers bitch and moan all day. That's their mo. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm the number one. Like I'm the target. I'm the diva. You know what I'm saying? That's why they refer receivers to divas because they act like bitches and females. Always want the ball in their hands. Like I want it. I want it. And if they don't get it, they don't even fucking catch the ball. That's the fucking shit that pisses me off. Like when a wide receiver don't get the call, and then when their name is called upon to make that big catch that they have to catch, they don't catch it. Either the defender does a good job of knocking it down, or they just drop it, or you know what I'm saying? Like so, that's reason number two. So the last one is the direction of the NFL. Um, the direction of the NFL, where is it heading? You know, I mean, obviously you have the XFL now coming up. Now I'm not saying that it's a competition, but if the XFL hits a home run, if the XFL is way better, if the FX if the XFL is a way better product than the NFL, I don't know, man. I don't know. You can see you know, a lot of debt going into that direction. You know, like it doesn't really take a whole lot of people. Now that we have social media. You know what I'm saying? That one person can see the game Saturday. Because there's only 8 teams. I looked it up. There's only 8 teams. It starts from February and it ends around June, I believe, the playoffs. So it's not really, not that many games. You know what I'm saying? I think they probably do a 16 game schedule. I'm not sure. I just looked at um I just looked at how many teams there were. There were 8 teams in total. I think they do a 16 game schedule because if they start from January, I mean, if they start if they start February 8th, which is probably gonna be on a Saturday, and they finish around June, then that's probably going to be 16 games because you got January. I mean, you got February, March, April, May, June. So you got 5 months of XFL action. You know, and they're gonna be broadcasting several broadcasting sites, ESPN, Fox, ABC, etc. So yeah, the direction, but then again, but like I said, I don't think the NFL now. The only way I can see the XFL trying to compete with the NFL is if the product is good, because that's the only way. That's the only way the XFL can compete with the NFL. If the product is good. Because we all know they tried it around 2000, it didn't work. It failed. But I think this time around it's going to be much bigger, much better, and the product is going to be better. That's it. That's all it comes down to. Ticket sales, all that bullshit, that doesn't really mean anything. The product is what draw audiences. And if the product is good, then, like I said, now that we have social media, it only takes one person to say, "Hey, yo, you saw that one game in the XFL? Yo, they didn't no joke, man. Like, yo, this game is freaking good. It's better than the NFL, yo." Like, and then one person, and then 15 person, and then 50 person, and then 75 person people, I should say, and then 100 people start watching. It's gonna draw a lot of people away from the NFL because now the NFL is done. There's really nothing, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not really more football, but it's more competition. You know what I'm saying? Just like Andrew Luck's dad. Like he said that no, it's just like he said that no, we're not trying to compete. It's more of a It's more of more football. We know that, he said that we know that the NFL starts in August and it ends in February. So what we're trying to do is give the fans and the people more football so, they can stay, up to their, favorite teams. I don't know how they're gonna do the merchandises. The merchandises is gonna sell like crazy. Next thing you know, everybody's gonna start wearing and rocking their favorite, XFL team. I mean, so I mean, there's a few states. There's a few states that they have football in. I'm not gonna say that they have it. I'm not gonna say that the XFL have it for all states, but I think they just pick and choose a few states. Like Minnesota, Dallas, New York, Philly. I'm not sure about Washington, Boston probably. So, but yeah, the direction of the NFL is probably going to go south. I mean, like I said again, the XFL is competition, whether people want to admit it or not. It's competition. And best believe I will watch the XFL. I will watch the XFL because, Hakeem Nicks is there, and, he was my favorite New York Giants wide receiver. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of ex NFL players that's going to be there. There's going to be a lot of college players that's probably going to be there. So, I mean, I won't be shocked if I see Kaepernick in there. Vince McMahon did say, you can participate as long as you don't have no criminal background. And I don't think Kaepernick has a criminal background. And then obviously they talked about him during their national anthem and stuff like that, and they asked them like, what if he kneels again and all that, what I'm saying, like. And then Vince McMahon said that, look, we only here to entertain the people. What I'm saying? If he kneels, then that's, his belief. He said that the only thing I'm concerned about and worried about is these players and the criminal background. If you don't have no criminal background, you can play. Tim Tebow, prime example. You know what I'm saying? Like Victor Cruz, if he feels like he can play again, you know what I'm saying? So, but it's gonna be very interesting. But like I said, the NFL is going down the rabbit hole because of the product. The product is very hard to watch. Now, I realized that I realized that I realized that a lot of people watch NFL. Even if it's over, they still have to talk about the Super Bowl for the next, I don't know, 6, 7 months until training camp and then until preseason. So we're gonna be talking. Y'all gonna be talking out the ass about the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the only thing y'all can't talk about until the XFL launches this Saturday. I think it's gonna have good ratings. I think they're gonna do a lot of things that the NFL won't do, which I think that's why it's gonna draw ratings, a lot of ratings. Because what the NFL did take away from the game was a lot. The NFL took a lot away from the game. This bullshit about player safety, like you can't protect the players all the time. You can have the best equipment and then they'll still find a way to hurt themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, let the players be the players. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't dictate whether, this person is going to get hurt and this person is going to get hurt. Like, five of the best quarterbacks was out. Aaron Rodgers was on the shelf. Peyton Manning with the neck surgery, he was, out for the year. Big Ben, he was out for the year. Drew Brees, he was, he missed some times, and I believe he missed a whole bunch. He missed the whole entire year too. So, like, you're not gonna just pinpoint everything on the quarterback. You know, the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I hate about the NFL. Like, they don't really spread it around. Like, not everything revolves around the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Like, when it's gonna be about the other players. You know, like when did it come to a decision where, you know, it has to be about the quarterback? It don't necessarily have to be about the quarterback every single time. You know what I'm saying? Just like in football, just like in basketball, do you think it's always about the point guard, or do you, do you always have to have that one point guard? You don't have to have that one point guard. Allen Iverson wasn't even a point guard in his career. Like they put him in shooting guard, and then obviously, that they found out like he can handle the ball and stuff like that, so they switched him to point guard. But his rookie year, he was a combo guard. He was a shooting guard and point guard, but they put him at the point. They put him at the small forward position. I mean, the shooting guard position because he couldn't shoot very well. You know, like he didn't develop his handles until like around 2000 when he had the braids and stuff like that. But same thing about the quarterback. I'm like, but it's always gonna be that way. It's always gonna be that way. The NFL is always gonna be, you know, the NFL is always going to predicate it on the quarterback because that's the main person on the offense. So that's my three reasons why I'm leaving the NFL. It's just bad all around. Players are retiring, people are leaving. You barely even like if you that type of person that watches college football and then watches the NFL, then you would understand. You know what I'm saying? Like you would, like literally know who's coming and going out the draft. Like I bet you 99% of America right now don't even know who half of these people are going in the first round are. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's, Cleveland to have their first pick or actually Cincinnati who has their first pick and then who has the second pick behind Cincinnati. Whoever have the first, second pick and the third pick is obviously the Redskins, and we all know who the Redskins are going to pick. And then the Cowboys. I mean, not the Cowboys, the Giants, and the Buccaneers and the Lions. So and then the Cardinals. So you don't really know who's coming out the draft. You just know that they're high on whoever's board. So whoever like who's ever high on their board, that's who they go with. That's who the American audience go with. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't necessarily know him because you don't watch college football. And most of college football goes through the NFL. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a army recruit. You know what I'm saying? We recruit these young people that's 20, 21, 22, 23 years old to the army, spend 4 years there overseas, fucking come back with their damn legs broken and all that shit. And that's the same thing about the NFL. Once you're done playing for like 7, 10, or however many years you play for, you're gonna have CTE, which is a brain disorder that happens when you get hit with multiple concussions. You forget a lot of shit, you know what I'm saying? And that can really kill you. I mean, the great tight end Hall of Famer Shannon Sharp, like suffers from CTE, because he stutters a lot and he even admits that like he forgets a lot of shit sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Like he forgets the littlest things and that's scary. you know? Like basketball, you don't even have to go through that. Not even basketball. Any non-contact sport like baseball, tennis, like you don't have to suffer from that. You know, like I know you're not gonna get injuries from it, but because I've seen a lot of basketball players, ball when they go for a block and they fall ugly, they twist their hands and they they snap their legs and stuff like that. It's hard to look. It really is hard. It really is hard to look. you know. But yeah, so that's my little story on why I'm leaving the NFL. Like I said, man, I mean, I'm just done. I mean, I can't go another year, you know, with this team, or with the NFL no more. So I'll probably check out the XFL this Saturday. Give you my review on it. If it's good, if it's not good, because there's a lot of things that the NFL took out the game like 10 years ago. That the XFL is willing to, put in. Like the crown to the head or crown to the chest. That's one rule that the NFL do not allow. They had it. That I think they took out that rule around 2010. Like no crowning to the helmet. You know what I'm saying? Like they had that little rule where you can have 1 foot in. The college rule where you have like 1 foot in instead of just 2 feet in. You could just have 1 feet in, and then that's a touchdown. That's coming back to the XFL. So like they're not gonna have no kickoffs. Like the first. I mean, obviously they never did that in the NFL, but I mean, obviously they're bringing back nicknames on the jerseys. So you don't necessarily have to have your name. You can have like a nickname that you go by in your childhood. So I think that's dope. Uh, I think it's gonna be better. I think it's going to be. I think it's gonna be another version of. I think it's gonna be another version of the big three of the basketball. I hope it does. A whole bunch of old players. You know what I'm saying? Like who haven't played the game in a little while. But who knows? But I think it's probably gonna be like the big three, you know, because everybody was tripping about like, oh, how y'all gonna manage these old guys? Like, y'all gonna have a lot of injuries in y'all report and stuff like that. And come the truth, there was not really that much injuries. I think they had like three person per injury. So it was not like you know it was not like they had like 10 people on injured reserve and stuff like that. But anyways, tell me what you like. Give me a reason why. Not even give me a reason, but are you gonna stick around for the NFL? Give me your reasons why the NFL has gone soft. Will it continue down this path where people quit watching the NFL? So you could tell me that. You could give me your predictions for this XFL season. Will it survive? Will it surpass the NFL? Yeah. So take care of yourself and each other. All right. Peace.